Nuke, the Astralis Classic. This must have been picked by Mouse. Astralis is on the CT side. Huh, that's interesting. Not sure what that says about where the headspace of this team was at. I mean, maybe Mouse Sports is just that confident. Pretty standard setup. So far, it looks like the trades are favoring Astralis across the map. 4 versus 2 early. Frozen gets one back. Not a ton going on this round. It seems like it's a pretty standard setup.
Counter-terrorists win.
Nice to see Bubsky getting in on the action too. Although that's pretty telling by itself. Reports coming out that Astralis might be losing more than one player pretty soon. Be interesting to see where they put them. If they stick them on the ramp there, that's not really getting super involved. Aggressive push by Glaive in the outer yard. That is a position you see. That is a position you see CTs take a lot, but that is a very aggressive position. Looks like it pays off as he is able to find one. Alright, good work by Biomass and Rops, getting down to the B-bomb site. Well, however, Glaive, right place, right time again. Yeah, Astralis has got a pretty good idea of where Biomass is here. They knew he went down the vent. Dupree just making sure he doesn't double on back. Otherwise, they had the right setup to lock down the B-bomb site. Textbook stuff. Textbook stuff by Astralis on this map. Dupree through the smoke. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Although it's not so much luck because Mouse Sports have shown that they like to sit there. Yeah, once again, Astralis found themselves up in numbers, and on this map, ooh, that's really hard to come back on the T side. Just not a lot of good executes you can do. Alright, let's see what Kerrigan can come up with in this spot. Got utility, got 5 AKs. Strauss, once again, going to be coming out with a very similar setup. Device is going to work his way outer yard with Magus. Oh no, he's going to be in secrets. This is a classic Device position. He loves working those tunnels. And he's able to find one there. Had to double check where that was. Whether that was in the tunnels or he pushed his way all the way up through secret. Alright, this is looking like it might be a good spot for mouse sports, but I don't know if they have the right information about where everybody is. I don't think that they do. I think that they're running blind, which is why they're going at a very deliberate pace. There's a lot of trading going on. Okay, Mouse is going to be able to get a plant off of this. Alright, we might have a map still. A lot of very slow trading happened. Okay, this time, push out yard, be a little bit more aggressive in that spot. Looks like Mouse isn't really in a position to take advantage of that. Two split up and nobody has the bomb. Okay, Strauss kind of got away with one there. They traded one back, but I think it was worth it to get that information. Man, Glay finds another with the push. Glaive is doing some work on this map. Not a lot going on for the rest of the team, though. Yeah, Mouse is trying to find their way to the B-bomb sites. Going to be on Device. Wow, Device manages to find one. That's a great kill. Doesn't stop the bomb plant, but, well, you know what? Device finds the second one. Good stuff coming out of him. Good stuff. And he gets an op for his troubles. It's nice when you got a guy that can do that. Right, once again, oh, this time it's Device that finds the guy in yard. Alright, here comes a possible adaptation by Kerrigan. No, they're backing off. I thought the combination of seeing Device out in yard and getting that kill on Dupree meant that they were going to go for that A-bomb site hit, but it looks like they're instead going to opt... Yeah, they're instead opting to go B. No, they're going to circle around back. I think they were content to get that rotation out of Astralis. Have they gotten a little bit too clever with themselves? It is possible. They do have pretty complete control of this A-bomb site. Although Magus manages to get another, that could prove to be pretty big, because now Australis can trade Frag on their way back in. Yep, Strauss know where they're at. At least know where that one was. Wow, device.
Counter-terrorists win.
Man. Device almost single-handedly won in the last 2 rounds. It's not like Bubsky even flashed in for him. He just had to get those 2 kills with the Deagle. I mean, Device is... Oh, he's putting in a performance already, even though we're only 3 maps into a 5-map series. He's godlike on Train. He was the only part of Astralis on Infernal that looked like they were a little bit competent. Boy, he's won the last 2 rounds practically single-handed. This looks like it's a little bit easier for Astralis. Mouse is on pretty much full eco, only upgraded those guns, and even then they only went up to upgraded pistols. Yeah, once again, Bymass and Kerrigan not having a good day. I really thought both of those guys were pretty key in them winning Inferno, but it seems like Kerrigan's not making the right pushes at the right time. Glabe's finding him in the right windows. The right rotation windows for looking around outside. Got another little setup here. Device taking a slightly different position. And they're going to switch. It looks like Astralis is content to play this round more standard. They gave up Secret, and as a concession, they put Glaive in that position so we can at least get the information. They're gambling on Mouse not going for the B-bomb site, which looks like that was at least a safe gamble for the time being. Did allow Bubsky to push it up to get that kill, though, based on the information that they had. Okay, that's an interesting adaptation. We'll have to see what happens there going forward. Yeah, they got the rotation call out, and then it went back around A. Yeah, this is shaping up to be the best map of the series. It seems like Mouse really know what they're doing here. And another molly. Yeah, this is just not retakeable if you're Device. Mouse is going to get their second on the board. Right, big round for Mouse. Could break the economy of this Astralis team if they won this round. Yeah, this time they're being more aggressive outside. Get a kill in the door area, so Device is going to move outside to compensate. Ooh, that didn't do as much damage as I thought it would. Was the right idea, and it shows that Astralis has at least good prediction of what they want to do. Once again, Glaive... Wow, Device finds another. Wow, just like that, the round is kind of shut down. I mean, Mouse might be able to make it interesting on the say bomb site. If Device catches Frozen here, even if he gets the information, that might end the round by itself, because then Astralis can do the right utility in order to stop that from happening. Dupree doesn't do quite enough, though, and unfortunately Device was out looking yard, so he couldn't respond any quicker. This is going to be a retake for the boys from Astralis. Yeah, it looks like they've got the right information. Although Mouse win the aim duels. Wow, Astralis was in a pretty good position to retake that. They even had the right information. They had the smoke down to separate them. Just some good plays by Mouse Sports winning those aim duels. And as a reward, they broke Astralis' economy. Good stuff coming in on the T side. I know that this map has gotten more balanced over the years as teams have started to figure it out a bit more, but it still is pretty CT-sided. Yeah, Device doing what he can, but Astralis is just kind of getting dunked out all over the map.
Terrorists win.
Yeah, not much going right there. Astralis seemed like they were just kind of content to ride that one out. Wow, Strauss are they're getting lucky this round. I like that. I like that they moved Device to cover B ramp there. It was something where Mouse Sports was starting to push up a little bit more, trying to go for those smoke kills, get as much information they can. It is a gamble. I agree that it is a gamble, but it's a gamble that paid off. And then the instant rotation back around for Magus to go outside, because they knew that essentially they had their backsides covered, finds another kill. I mean, you still got to convert a lot of these frags, but this is a pretty good round by Astralis.
Counter-terrorists win.
They took gambles. Don't get me wrong, they are gambles, but they're gambles that paid off. Nice little quick hit by Mouse Sports. Kind of used all that information they had just to walk into the B-bomb site. Basically caught everybody unawares. I don't know if the CTs are in a good position to try to retake this. Their economy's not in a great spot. And the fact that Mouse Sports hit that so early basically meant that they couldn't re-rotate to at least put themselves in a better position. Good stuff from Mouse Sports. This time Device with a much more aggressive position. I mean, one of the reasons why I think Astralis has had such a great CT side is because they are willing to mix it up like this and just trying to give the Ts something different to look at every round. Keep them on their toes, not let them run the same strats that they want to run over and over, forcing them to mix it up. Ooh, nice fragging by Kerrigan. Opens that bomb site right up.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, once again, I don't know if Strauss can even think about going for this. Bubsky was kind of the sacrificial lamb on that play. If you could find something, I think they were going to pull the trigger. Well, that's one of those, hey kid, look at that brick wall. I want you to try to run through it. Wait, you just face planted? Oh well, the rest of us will just walk out scot-free. Alright, this time much more passive control. Device is hanging around yard once again. I wonder why Bubsky's taking that position exactly. Let's take a look. Magisk is in a similar odd position. Device can't find Kerrigan, but they know where he's headed. They do have him cut off at this point, especially with the rest of the kills that they've been able to get with their pushes. Haven't been able to find the bomb, though. Yeah, there's Kerrigan. Now it's a 1 versus 3. Looking pretty good for the CTs. Yeah, now they got the information about where he is. Yeah. Good round by Astralis. Alright, this time it was Glaive that was trying to make that aggressive push, but he can't convert the kill. And unfortunately, I don't think he got a lot of information. Device being in a good position there to trade that back, but it looks like the damage is already done. Mouse is already going to be able to take secret control. Yeah, I can see why... wow. Another nice kill by Device. I can see why Astralis is starting to commit more resources outside, because it seems like Mousesports is afraid to do a straight A hits. I don't know if maybe they don't think that they have the tactical depth in order to do that. Maybe they don't have certain strategies prepped. It seems like on this map, it seems like they more want to play the rotation game. Yeah, Strauss. Just able to find those kills to get back in. Yeah, they're not doing a lot of standard defaults. They're trying to dink and dunk them around the map and kind of force them somewhere else. Alright, just gonna go fast through pause time, and we're back in it. 6 rounds for Mouse on the T side, which is pretty good. Pretty standard, I would say. Got some battles going on ramp and outside in yard. Looks like Mouse Sports is Chris J is holding down that box. Chris J, king of the box, not letting Dupree or Device have it. Yeah, not much Device can do. We can try to double on back, but the unfortunate thing is that the bomb is in the bomb site, and there's 2 counter-terrorists there. So, not a whole lot can be done.
Terrorists win.
Good start for Mouse Sports. Pretty standard stuff, though. Won the trades that they needed to. Won the aim duels they needed to. Now let's see what setup they got. Rops is pushed up a bit far for that position. Chris J outside. Looks like he worked his way towards heaven. Pretty standard stuff. Wow, Rops has shut down that ramp. Wow. Good stuff out of Rops. Real good stuff. Shuts down that attack before it can really even happen. This time Mousesport's shaking up their defense a little bit more. Rops once again taking a more outside focused position on the B ramp. Stralis are just happy to sit there, try to get a pick, get as much information just purely on visuals as they can. Don't even have the bomb yet. Kerrigan with a bit more passive secret angle there. Just trying to get information, maybe a little bit from outside. If they see Astralis come in force, he can throw down that smoke and back up. Okay, here comes that hits. Looks like, unfortunately, Mouse is going to have their number. Wow, that's a clever little hit by Astralis, because if they get full control of the A bomb site, they can just kind of walk on, but the way they had that set up, Dupree and Bubsky could just run down towards B and take it for free. Doesn't look like Astralis is going to be able to convert, as Mousesports is finding the right frags at the right time, but that was one of those patented Astralis hits on this map. One of the reasons why they were so dominant is because they were always able to find T rounds on this map when no other teams could. And just like that, we got a tied scoreboard. Alright, Astralis working their way down secret. Standard smoke setup. They're going to get that information from Frozen. See, the rotation's already been called. Good kill. They've actually kind of managed to get their way onto this bomb site. Man, Mouse should have had all that information. When Frozen was out in the garage area, he should have been able to hear them all. Running down towards secret. I mean, maybe they thought Astralis would double on back, but I feel like they should have left him more on the bomb site. Because it was a 3 versus 4. Now it's a 3 versus 3. 3 versus 2. Device, a little bit too passive of an angle. Wow. Device clutch that? What? He must have just run in guns blazing and caught them all unaware. Device has had some... He's had some hero rounds already. I mean, this would be a totally different map if Device wasn't this good. Mousesports, it just doesn't seem like there's any one guy on their team that can match that. It's unfortunate because I do like all of the players individually on Mousesports, but I just don't think there's any one true standout. Alright, we find ourselves 4 versus 3 with Astralis up. Not a bad position to be in either. Looks like they're slowly going to work their way through outside, being careful not to get traded. Bubsky's sitting back, kind of protecting the rear. Very deliberate out of Astralis. Good stuff coming in. Good stuff coming in. That was a very deliberate round. They got the information they needed, they got the kill that they needed, they pushed up, and then they got the round. Yeah, Strauss, this is a new default out of them. They know Mouse Sports is on this pistol round. Yeah, Mouse had set up on the stack on the other half of the map on the B ramp. Didn't turn out too well for them, but when you're on pistol rounds, you gotta get a little cheesy in order to try to convert something. Now you can see Glaive working on through. Once again, Astralis is taking this very deliberately. They don't want to leave anything up to chance. Most sports, unfortunately, can't do a whole lot about it because they're sitting on those pistols. Yeah, especially when Astralis is going to do the hard yards and check every angle like this. It just makes it so that there's almost nothing you can do in that position as a CT.
Bomb has been planted.
Good stuff coming out of the Danes, but boy does that feel bad when you're on the receiving end of it. And we got a timeout coming in. Once again, Kerrigan not doing too well on the scoreboard. Good work by Kerrigan there, getting 2. Good trade fragging coming out from Mouse Sports, getting the right information. Bymass, once again, he's having himself a game. I think Bymass could be a really good player in the future. He's good on a handful of maps. He's not good on all the maps yet. Like I said, I think some of his numbers were a little bit inflated on Inferno because he got so many kills through the smokes that were completely blind.
Terrorists win.
Wow, Glaive is able to take it back though. I feel like most sports just kind of rotated right into the crosshairs of Astralis. I don't know how that happened. They knew right where the bomb was. They had likely information about where Glaive was. How did they end up losing that round? All they needed to do was sit back on the bomb site and wait for Glaive to have to come around back to them. Something was off there. I don't know if there was some kind of communication error there, but something did not seem right about that. Kerrigan's able to find one through entry. Device gets Rops covering the B ramp, and that looks like it's going to open up the B bomb site if they want to have it. Although an aggressive push by Mouse Sports means that they found the bomb and they've got Astralis split. I like that aggression, but you can see that that also serves a dual purpose of Magisk and Device could just collapse on one set of the two, and because they had inferior weapons at the time, it's pretty easy pickings. Now that doesn't mean overall that Mouse is still in a pretty bad spot, but that was a good turn of plays for them. Because even if they aren't able to pull that off, you know, they're on pistols anyway. What are you going to do? That was a really good move by Mouse. And then Astralis, being that the team that they are, countered exactly the way they should. So even being in a down scenario, they were able to make something out of it. Yeah, now Astralis doesn't have a ton of information about where these players are. So now it's on Device to try to clutch out another round. They've got information about where Chris J is. Ooh, that aggressive push, though. Maybe just a little bit too much. Good round by both teams, I gotta say. Mouse ended up taking it because that push really helped him out. And they might have been able to really dominate that round if they'd had the guns. Gotta be impressed with what Kerrigan was able to pull off right there with pistols. Yeah, Mouse has got the right information here. It looks like they're prepared for the secret hit. Chris J manages to find that kill in secret. Manages to find another kill in the tunnels. I feel like that's a really good op spot. The secret into tunnels. It's a lot of close angles. It's a lot of close angles, so it's hard to get it exactly right, but when you can get it right, you can just shut down a push before it even happens, and that's what Chris J did right there. It helps that they had the information that they did. They basically knew what Astralis was trying to do before they did it, and Astralis did telegraph that move pretty too easily, I would say. But still, good stuff out of most sports. As they're trying to keep pace with this Astralis team in the series. Once again, we're seeing a very similar setup from Astralis this time. Going through hell. Another interesting setup by Astralis. Not doing what they should be doing. Gonna get that. It's not a standard plant site, but they are gonna get that plant down. Mouse not in a super great position, although they do find all the right frags on Astralis at the end. Looks pretty good. Good retake by Mouse. Good retake by Mouse. A little bit more of an aggressive push by Magisk here. Looks like Astralis is just kind of fanning out, going into some defaults, taking some duels, which they don't manage to find. On this map, not the worst idea ever, because those deagles at this kind of range do allow you to try to do some funny stuff and get away with some kills you wouldn't, on a lot of maps, wouldn't be able to get away with. But it looks like Mouse has just got the answer, and the answer is more expensive guns. Although I say that, but Astralis have worked their way down into the B-bomb sites.
Bomb has been planted.
It's nice of them to get this plant. I don't, based on the way that last round went, I don't know, it seems like Mouse is pretty adept at retaking the bomb sites. Not much Bubsky could do there. Alright, let's see what Mouse comes up with this time. Chris J with the more standard spot, peeking out in yard, looking at the silo. Frozen to back him up. Rops with a more aggressive B ramp hold. I'm surprised that they don't have biomass in that position, because that's typically a position that you would kind of see out of a secondary type player, somebody who isn't expected to get the big frags. I don't know. There's a lot of different mentalities that teams take on this map. And I could see the case for wanting your biggest fragger on that, because that is kind of one of the linchpins of this map, especially if you're a counter-terrorist. And you can see this is exactly the reason why. It looks like Astralis are going to try to hit the ramp in force. And Device is able to find the kill. They throw that in. They got that information that Mouse dropped. Now they're just gonna... Device should know that he can run through the smoke. Astralis has the information. Good play by Astralis. Bait the kill on Chris J and then throwing the two flashes down into the B ramp to bait out the rotation from Mouse, and then they just run and take the A bomb site. Good strat setup. Good strat setup. And Mouse didn't have all that much information other than the fact that Device was at B ramp. It's hard for me to say that Kerrigan shouldn't have called that rotation in, because he was doing it with so little information. So I just, you know, if you're Mouse, you just got to kind of tip your hat and say, well, you did it. Congratulations. We'll get you next time. Unfortunately, the buy wasn't great. They got enough guns to make it interesting. Weren't able to max out on utility, though. That could be a big difference. Well, you can see once again Device working these short angles. They're trying to get a little bit more control of these tight corridors. The T's from Denmark earlier were trying to work the outside. Now it looks like they're trying to do some more inside lobby, inside the ramp area. Yeah, you can see that push up by Glaive and Magis gave them the information that they needed in order to get into the bomb site. Unfortunately, biomass not in a great spot. Although they are able to get the right rotates and get some good fragging, unfortunately, they didn't do enough, and now Rops has got to find two. Yeah, that was just... They had the information on what they needed. Yeah, Mouse got a little bit too passive that round. It looked like they were playing scared just a little bit. I feel like Mouse on the CT side was doing the best when they made an aggressive push once in a while, when they were, you know, when they were not content to just sit back and kind of wait for the terrorists to come to them. Because the thing about this map, and one of the reasons why it has been CT-sided in the past, and still is that there's a lot of rotations that you can kind of do as a CT for free. Good kill from Frozen, but gets traded back. Yeah, Device finds Chris J. Looks like he's going to get another. Yeah, now they have the opposite problem where it seems like Mouse is almost getting too aggressive. I mean, again, when you're on basically upgraded pistols at match points, you gotta try something. I don't blame them for trying.
Bomb has been planted.
Yeah, Biomass versus the world. The Young Gun versus 3. Yeah, unfortunately, and now they got his position. Unfortunately, I think I know how that story was gonna end. Yeah, Mouse Sports made it interesting. It's clear that they knew what they were doing on that map. They had some good CT sides. Not quite as much on the T side, but that's to be expected. They did have some good stuff on the T side. Man, it's kind of a shame that Kerrigan... The rumors are that Kerrigan is leaving, and that almost seems like it's a shame. Simply because I kind of think that he could... I don't know. I don't know. The thing about Kerrigan, and this is what I've got going on in my head right now, is that he does have a tendency to fall off when he works with the same roster for a while. So maybe it's just at the point where he can't really do any more with these guys. He wants a new challenge. It looks like FaZe could be in the works again, which... Maybe I'll make a video about that, the irony of Kerrigan returning to FaZe after Nico leaves.